Yes, so I think even the YouTube live is on. So we are good to go. Uh, Thank you for joining. Today we'll be talking about quite a few things. I received few DMs on things also. Hi, Professor Uma. Thank you for joining. Also, let me know if you are able to hear me properly because I'm trying this headphones for the first time on this live. So just let me know, and then we can start with the live. There are a few interesting things which I've planned for this live, and we'll be doing. So that is about it. Hi, Venkat. Thank you for joining. Great. Okay. So, by the way, I guess you all like this new background setup. So that is something new, and I think I'll be making videos and lives with this background. Hope you all like it. It took a while to set it up, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with the thing there. It's less distracting and looks great. So, with that being said, yeah, please tell like how this background looks if you all like it. So that is with that. So let's begin. So when I told that I'm going to go live again this time, also there were people who came up with a few questions as to what doubts they had. Hi, Sendil, how are you? It's been a long time. Thanks for joining. Hi, Muibu Shafiq, long time. Yeah, hi, how are you? So this is from YouTube. Okay, so I'm live streaming at both places, both on Instagram and YouTube. So this is from the YouTube thing. Thank you for joining. So that is with that thing. So let's start. Okay. So one common question which I get from everyone is how to manage the time during a lockdown or irrespective of the lockdown or thing. How to manage time? That is a very common question which I get. So irrespective of which domain you are, whether you are programming domain or whether you are non-programming and other domain, managing time is really crucial because any part or any field will include learning. So only if you manage your time and if you learn things, you'll be able to succeed in that field. So how do you find time to learn? So that is the question. So first of all, everyone has the same amount of time throughout the day. So you have to first focus on what you're spending your time on, what are you doing throughout the day. So for that you have to first track your time. Okay, again, as I told you, use this application called Clockify. Okay, where you will go and you'll put an entry of what you're doing during which part of your day. So as you're doing this for a few days, you'll get to know what you've been doing, where all of your time is being spent on. When you realize that, you'll be able to cut down the things which drained your time. For example, say if you were watching too much of series or if you were playing a lot of games, so you can cut down on that time and you can put it into productive things. So that is one way. And it is you have to always make sure that you are always learning and building something. Okay, and if you find few things which are distracting you from that learning things, I'm not telling you to not get distracted by it, but make sure that you come back to your learning or building or that working mode as soon as possible. So that is the thing, because many of them today need relaxation, isn't it? Many people are not able to continuously work or continuously study, so it is unique for each one of them. So make sure you follow that. Hi, Shreya, thank you for joining. So that was one question. Okay, that was by Tarun Virat. So we answered that question. Hope he'll watch this in the IGTV because I'll be posting it there also. And yeah. So this one question is by Naveen. Okay. What he has asked is, what are the technologies which the companies are using the most? So I was researching about this and I found a amazing article by Bikash Thapa, okay, on Medium. So how she has broken down these companies and what technology they've used, we will look at that. Well said. Thank you, Chandrika. So that is about it. So let us look at what technologies these companies are using. And one thing I want to tell is I exactly do not know if these companies are using these now or so on. But this information has been collected by the author from GitHub. So GitHub, if you all do not know, it's an online code posting platform. It's an open source coding platform. So there, these companies would have put out their projects. So based on that, I think these languages are being derived. So let us look at which technologies are being used the most by the other companies. So let's start with Google. Okay, some of the languages, the top languages which they are using are Python, C++, Java, Golang, which is by Google itself, and JavaScript. So these are the 5 languages used by Google. Hi Kumar Shanu, thank you for joining. And next, let's look about Facebook. Hi Ajay, thank you for joining. So let's now look about Facebook, what languages they are using. So Facebook uses C++, JavaScript, Java, Python, and Objective C. Hi Ajay, I think you've requested to be in live. So let me pick you. Hope you're having a good background to go on live now. Let's go live. Declined it. I think Ajay is not ready. Fine, we'll wait for him. All right. So we were talking about Google, what languages they use: Python, C++, Java, Go, and JavaScript. Let's look about Facebook, what languages they use: C++, JavaScript, Java, Python, Objective C. If you look at the company now, if you compare both the companies, they are not that different in languages which they use. See, C++ is the core of whatever the infrastructure or core of whatever programming languages you're seeing. So C++ is going to be there in the company for sure. And then if you look at JavaScript, now people are moving towards building applications using JavaScript, whether it is for websites or mobile apps. So again, JavaScript is also going to be there. Hi Sai Krishna, thank you for joining. And JavaScript is going to be there. And Java, yes, it has been there for a very long time, and yeah, it is definitely going to be there. In fact, if you are one of the students who are sitting for placements, okay, you will find that most of the companies which are coming to your campus will be expecting you to code and know Java a lot, especially the Java collections. They'll expect you to know a lot. So if you're someone who's relying on placements very soon, make sure you concentrate on Java and Java collections, and also data structures using Java, which is super important and helpful. So that was about Google, Facebook. Okay, let's look at what Microsoft might be using. So they are using C Sharp, TypeScript, JavaScript, C++, and PowerShell. Now, what is TypeScript? Okay, it is similar to JavaScript, but if you have done any programming languages, you will know that when you're declaring any variable, say for example in C, if you're declaring a variable, you will declare the variable along with telling like what kind of data it is, whether it is an integer, whether it is a string, so on. Hi Tarun Virat, thank you for joining. You will declare like that. But in JavaScript, it is not like that. You will not declare variables telling like this is a string, this is a integer, this is a long int. You will not do that. So this can be both advantages and disadvantages. So to counter the places where these are disadvantages comes in TypeScript. So you can use TypeScript if you like it, instead of JavaScript. So that is the language which they use. So we can again see that there are common languages in here. And if we talk about other companies also, they are also using like say similar programming languages. So that was about that question which they asked. Also, whoever is in the live, if you all have any questions, please drop them below. I'll try my best to answer that. So that is about that question which they asked. So now it's been quite some time since we started the live. And since even Tarun Virat is here, let me take up his question and answer. So, hi, Jivaraj. Thank you for joining. So, Tarun Virat asked, more into data science and Python, how should I go about it? So, this is very similar to the previous live which I answered. So let me answer it again from the first as to how you can start learning data science and how you should go about it. Okay, so starting data science, you'll have to start learning mathematics. Okay, mathematics is the core of data science and machine learning. There is no denial on that. So in the mathematics domain, what knowledge should you have? You should know linear algebra, calculus, and statistics. So these are like, if you know the basics of these, machine learning will be breeze for you. So you have to know this, and then you have to also, you will be aware that you can just import the Python libraries and you can run the models, you can build models and you can make predictions, but that will not help you in the long run. Okay, you will have to know how to code or how to build the models, how they work in the background, so on, to become a better machine learning enthusiast. So for that, what you need to do is, what I personally did was, I first took Andrew Ng's machine learning course on Coursera, which is super amazing. Please check it out. It's a very old course, but the mathematics which he teaches will help you a lot. Again, he teaches using MATLAB, but you need not learn the MATLAB part. Just go through the whatever the theory and the maths he's teaching in that course, which will super help you. And then you can pick up Kirill Eremenko's machine learning A to Z course on Udemy, which is super amazing. Again, you need not think twice about investing your money, because that you can wait for Udemy to put out courses for 400 or 700 rupees, and you can try buying it. You'll definitely love that course, Kirill Eremenko's machine learning course. It will really help a lot. And then once you are learning these things, how do you practically apply these into the things? Okay, for that, I would recommend you to sign up on Kaggle. There is this website called Kaggle, Kaggle. Okay, where there are a lot of data scientists trying to solve data science problems, which are both problems including in hackathons and non-hackathons. So you can go there and you can sign up on Kaggle, and you can look at other people's solution. That is the first thing you can do. Second thing is, you can practice the same solutions. See, just because someone else has already done it, it doesn't mean that you should not do it or you will not learn anything from it. So just look at the solution and learn from it. And third thing you can do is, you can try participating in Kaggle competitions. You'll not be able to win them soon, but try to participate. You will gain a lot of knowledge. Kumar Shanu, I see that you want to be in live. Just 1 minute, I'll complete this answer and we will pick you for the live. So the last 3 points are that, follow people on social media who are into AI and machine learning. This is very important to keep up with the field. Okay, you might be learning basic stuff like linear regression or whatever the artificial neural networks, but you should also be aware about what your industry is going towards, what is currently trending in your industry. So for that, you'll have to follow people on social media who are into AI and machine learning research or jobs, etc. And the last second point is that, read research papers and interpret them. This has helped me a lot when I was doing internship back then. I used to read machine learning and artificial intelligence research papers, deep learning research papers. They have helped me a lot, trust me, because when you're reading a paper, you will not only get that paper's knowledge, but also when you are Googling related stuff on Google, you will also get those terms knowledge. So try reading research papers. Also, the last point is that, try to get internship on data science. Hi, Ibrahim Sayed, thank you for joining. Hi, Gokul, thank you for joining. So if you are if you are serious about data science, try getting internships on data science. When you are working in an environment where people are actually working on real life machine learning data science problems, you will learn like 10x space, because you'll have, first of all, you'll have someone to guide you there. Second of all, they will like tell you, work on this, work on that. They will validate your work, they will validate your learning and knowledge. So that is super helpful. So that was about these points. So I hope it helped you, Tarun Virat, who asked this question. Bagi tells, well done. Thank you. Let me pick Kumar Shanu. So that was about this thing. There are a few things in this live. Another surprise about the challenge which I told you. We'll be talking about that very soon after Kumar Shanu. It's loading for Kumar Shanu. Let's wait for him. So that was about that. Okay. Hi, Kumar Shanu. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm doing good. Good evening. How are you? I have been into machine learning, and there was a question on machine learning, so I thought why not give my experience on it. So I did that. Hi, Harsha. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay, great question actually. So for those of you all on YouTube who do not know what question Kumar Shanu asked, he asked that there are many textbooks out there, programming textbooks. So what do I personally think about learning from textbook and then applying it practically, or applying it practically and then learning these theory stuff from the textbook, or do we actually need to read textbooks at all? So was that the correct question, Kumar Shanu? Great. Okay. So that was the question. Okay. So let's break it down. Okay. Me personally, learning from textbooks, I have not learned much of textbooks to get started with programming. I have just directly, yeah, because I am a kind of person who does not prefer textbooks. I prefer video tutorials or blog articles or documents. Okay. But there are many people who have concentrated more on textbooks first and then into tutorials and then into practical stuff. But I find myself, I don't know, I wouldn't call myself impatient, but I don't know, I don't prefer reading textbook, because if you take a textbook, it has like 400 to 500 pages. By the time you start learning into the chapters, it will take a very long time. So time is the first constraint. Okay. Second thing is, you see, for example, if I'm writing a textbook today, okay, maybe you are getting to know about the textbook like say next year or next after year. So by that time, when you buy the textbook and you start reading, the things would have gone outdated, right? Because in the programming world, things are keeping on updating. Like today, if there is some version like 1.0, like next month you will see them releasing 1.1. In a year, it will be 5.5 also. We cannot tell that thing. So if you are learning something like 1.1 versions book, then that might not help you with your 5.5 version. So that is that updating problem and live I mean the time problem is the thing which I have seen in textbooks. So if you are actually a person who wants to study from a textbook, what I would recommend you is these kinds of textbooks which will not get outdated. For example, if you want to learn a programming, sorry, exactly, yeah, those kind of, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So, yeah, that's a good point. So, either purchase updated textbooks, the latest versions or latest edition textbooks, or see to that the thing you're buying is not getting outdated if you're really interested into learning. Otherwise, yeah, if you're finding it good with learning textbooks, then you can go with it. I'm not against it or something, but it's not just the thing which I would do. That's it. Oh, great, great. Yeah, Yeah, that is a good advice too. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Exactly. Yeah, explore and just find what suits you, and then go with it. That's it. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Super, 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 Kumar Shan, super. Yeah, there is also something related to what you told coming up in this live. I'll be telling it after this thing. I'll be telling it now. There is some new thing which I'm gonna try with y'all. So let's see how it goes. I'll tell you. Thank you, Kumar Shanu. Bye. Let me welcome those who have joined. Thank you, the Brahma Bull. Thank you for joining. Bureau, thank you for joining. CB Sachin, thank you for joining. Ashwini Ghosh, thank you for joining. KTM Raja, hi, thank you for joining. Adjust your camera to see full face. Are you all able to see my full face now? Just put a hello if you're able to see my full face now. Also, for the YouTube audience, if you're seeing this live, this challenge which I'm gonna show is also for y'all. So let us see how it goes. What's the new thing? Yeah, that's curious thing. Let's see how the new thing goes by. All right, I have the new thing over here on the paper. Okay. All right. So this is a new challenge which I'm going to talk about, okay, which we all are going to take. I'm also going to take, the audience who are watching this live are also going to take, and the future audience who are going to join this live or who are going to follow me or who are coming across this video also can take it up. So what is this challenge? Okay. The challenge is called, are you all able to read this, or is it being shown inverted? I hope it's not being shown inverted. Voice not clear. Is it the same with everyone? Is my voice not clear? It's inverted, is it? Okay, fine. Okay, all right. Then I'll have to find a way about it. Fine. So what have I written in this paper is, I have written this first line tells learn with Tarun. Okay. So what about this learn with Tarun, in the sense, what are we going to do? What is the challenge? It is so every week. So those who are joining this live will be learning something new that week. So that can be either programming or non-programming or whatever. In within programming, it can be web development, it can be app development, anything. Okay, whatever you're doing, machine learning or programming or whatever, the competitive programming, anything. So what we're going to do is, every time you are joining this live, you will have to comment in the live as to what you learned that week. That is the first thing you'll have to comment. You'll have to comment on what you learned that week. That is the first thing. And the second thing you'll have to comment is, you'll have to comment about what is the problem that you faced that week and how you came about the solution with respect to that problem. That is the second thing you'll have to comment. And the third thing you have to comment is, what are you going to learn this week? That is the third thing you have to comment. So the three things, I'll repeat the three things in this learn with Tarun challenge. So the three things are, what did you learn this week? Okay. What is the problem that you faced in this week and what is the solution to that problem? And the third thing is, what are you going to learn this week? So I am also going to be a part of this challenge, because see, I am not some great person who has completed learning everything and knows everything. Okay, even I'm a student like y'all. So what I'm also thinking is, even I'll be sharing these three things when I'm coming on the live. So one more thing which you have to note about this is, you cannot just come into the live and randomly start putting down the comments. When during the live, okay, I will randomly show this challenge up on the screen, and only when I show this challenge up on the screen should you type the answers to these questions in the comment box. You should not type it then and there. Then you are out. Okay, you are out. If you have to win, you'll have to type these three things when I am showing this thing. Okay, and also I will be talking about it only when I show this paper. So that is about the Learn with Tarun challenge. Don't worry, I'll be putting a video about this on Instagram or YouTube. You'll be able to revisit on the questions here. Hi Charit, thank you for joining. You missed an important challenge which we are taking up. So just to recap for Charit, because he just joined. So we are going to take up, all of us are going to take up this Learn with Tarun challenge. By the way, Charit, don't worry that all of things are inverted to your phone. It's inverted for everyone. I'll fix that. So the three things, the part of this challenge is that, what did you learn this week? What problem did you face, and what is the solution to the problem you found? And third thing is, what are you going to learn in this upcoming week? These are the three questions, and you all should answer only when I show this paper up. You should not type the answers or send the answers when I do not show this paper up. That is the part of the challenge. So since I initiated this challenge, let me myself take it up, and let me myself answer what I learned this. Charit is laughing. Let me myself answer as to. Let me be the first person who answers this question. These three things, okay? So what did I learn this week? Let me see. So this week I learned about how to use Firebase. Okay, I have built my own backends using Node.js and stuff, but I have not used Firebase as a backend, especially in the JavaScript world. So I learned a lot in Firebase. And with respect to the second question, which is the solution to the problem which I faced, okay, there is a problem which I faced, serious problem. When you are using Firebase for the front end, using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you will find that all of your code is accessible from the front end itself. Like if I go to your website, and if I right click and give inspect, or if I give view page source code, I'll be able to look at the source code of any website. So if I have written the Firebase code in the front end, then anybody will be able to inspect my code, and they'll be able to hack the database. Okay, that is very easy to do. So I didn't know how to prevent that problem. I was thinking this is a very big demerit to Firebase, but the solution which I found was, there is something known as Firebase cloud functions. Okay, which is similar to other cloud functions on other platforms like AWS or GCP. But there is something known as Firebase cloud functions, which are constantly running on the Firebase servers, and they listen to events. So the way we can solve this problem is that we can ask the Firebase cloud function to listen to the front end requests, and it can itself communicate with the authentication or the database by itself, and it can do things for us which will not come in the front end. No one can inspect and get the Firebase cloud function code. Okay, so that is how awesomely I solved that problem. So I'm still learning about cloud functions. So what am I going to learn this upcoming week? Okay, I will be continue learning Firebase cloud functions, and I'm also doing this course online, okay, on Coursera, which is something as a Google IT specialist certification, which deals with a lot of IT related stuff. So in that certification, I'm in the learning about system administration. So I'll be completing that. So let us begin with this challenge now itself. So this paper is on the screen. So you all can start answering the three questions. What did you learn? What is the problem you faced? And what are you going to learn this week? So these three things. As long as this paper is on the screen, you all can start typing. Do not feel shy, or do not feel like why should I take part of these things and all. It will definitely help you, and it will definitely help everyone else, because everyone is unique. Everyone learns unique stuff. Everyone comes across new problems. So definitely it will help. So yeah, so Professor Uma ma'am has told something. I learned pulse diagnosis, which I felt very happy in Akuheal acupuncture. For that, I spent more than 1 year to understand complete channels. Problems are it was very difficult to remember channels. That's great. Okay, so acupuncture, Akuheal. So yeah, please feel free to tell about any domains which you're learning. It'll help others. Okay, so that was about acupuncture and learning the pulse diagnosis. So what happens is that tomorrow you might be learning acupuncture, tomorrow you might be learning Firebase or something. That time you will, when you come across the same problem, you'll remember, oh yeah, Tarun told he solved this problem in this way, and then it'll help you. So that is the idea, that is the motive of this challenge. And yeah, this week I should learn Akuta channel numbers. Fine, all the very best with that. Also wish me all the best with what I'm learning. Also you all feel free to put down in the comments the answers to these questions. Learn with Tarun. So that was with this challenge. Okay, I hope we keep up with this challenge. So let me continue talking about a few things here. I told I would talk about progressive web apps. Okay, now don't worry, those who are not those who are very new to web development, don't think that you will fall back in learning about progressive web apps. I'm going to make sure that every one of you is going to understand what progressive web apps is. Okay, so you would all have visited any website, right? It can be any website. It can be Facebook, it can be YouTube, it can be LinkedIn, or any kind of website. But you would have also installed applications. You would have also gone to Play Store and install applications. All the best, Tarun. Thank you, Professor Uma ma'am. Thank you. So you would have also installed applications. So what I'm going to tell you is, if you look at the statistics, okay, the number of applications which are installed are very less, and also they are being uninstalled or they're not being opened at all. So that is a very sad situation for apps. But if you look at websites, there are many websites which are being visited, but people are not installing websites, they are not able to install websites, and those kind of problems. So I am new. Okay, Ajay, it will definitely help you then. Okay, so they're not able to install the apps. So what are progressive web apps? They bring in the best of both the worlds. In progressive web apps, you will be able to use it as a website also, and you will be able to install it on your phone also. So both are possible with progressive web apps. So that's how awesome it is. So if you want quick examples on which companies use progressive web apps, Twitter uses, Uber, Instagram, Flipkart, Amazon, my own blog, which is tarunshiv.com. You can check it out. That also uses progressive web apps, where you'll be able to install it on your phone. And also recently I came across GeoMart. Okay, if you all know, Geo is the Reliance company. Geo, they came up with their new application called GeoMart, which is similar to Big Basket kind of interface. So that website is also installable on phone. You just go to geomart.com, they show you a pop-up as to do you want to install this website. And when users install it, the next time they need not go to the address bar and type geomart.com. They can just click on the Geomart and the Geomart will open. How amazing is that? By the way, this is not the only advantage of progressive web apps. Progressive web apps are first of all installable, okay, and they are also cacheable, in the sense they'll work even faster than other applications, and then they work offline. Yes, finally you can build websites that work offline. So once users once users install the progressive web app, they'll also be able to open it and use it offline. So that is also possible. Fourth thing is, you'll be able to send push notifications through progressive web apps. See, whatever I'm telling, it's all very similar to Android applications. So all of those things are possible using progressive web apps, and that too with only technologies HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's it. You need not learn another language or learn another framework to use it. So that's how amazing progressive web apps are. Let's connect live at the end of live. Sure, Ajay. We'll be ending it soon. So sure, we can connect it up. So that is about progressive web apps. Okay. So that is about progressive web apps. How do they work? Okay. So to be abstract, okay, I don't want to go into the details to confuse you all. So I'll just tell in abstract, how do progressive web apps work. So there is something known as service worker. Okay, service worker, which runs in any progressive web app. it runs in the background. It is not heavy, it is not going to slow down your phone. It runs in the background, it is very lightweighted, and and it intercepts your network request. So for example, you are going to say for example tarunshiv.com. There is a request which goes to the server, right? This service worker intercepts that request, and it decides as to how to manage that request. So that is the job of this service worker. So whatever features I told you about progressive web apps, you will be implementing it using service workers. So that is about how they work, progressive web apps. If you want to learn more about it, go check it out. Check about it on Google. Check about it on YouTube. There are courses and tutorials, free courses and tutorials. You can check them out. So progressive web apps are really amazing thing if you want to get into web development. They are the next level website building things. Hi Abhijit, thank you for joining. All the best with your progress in learning. Thank you, Chandrika. All the best to you all too. And yeah, the challenge is live. I hope you all are typing in what you learned this week and what problem you faced and what are you going to learn. Okay, at least try to type any of the answers. Okay, you need not type all of these answers. At least try to tell what you learned this week. It will motivate others, it will help others a lot. Okay, and also for those who are watching on YouTube also, you can take up this challenge and write about it in the comment section. So that was about it. Okay, so sweet, we talked about progressive web apps. We spoke about what technologies are the other companies using the most, and we spoke about the challenge, how to manage time, about data science and Python. So that was interesting. These were all interesting questions. I also got another question. Okay, it is from Harsha. He asked me, I think it would be better if you tell your story, what you are doing now, and about you. Okay, so that is one thing which I think it will help people a lot. So it will be interesting, I guess. So okay, let me see where I started with computers. Okay, the place I started, I remember is me writing my own blog articles. So at that time, I didn't know any kind of fancy frameworks or fancy web development technologies to work with. So the platform which I used to write my own blog articles is Google's Blogger. So y'all can check it out. It's very old, way back. You would have seen many legends use it. It's that old. So on Google Blogger, I used to write articles. They were not technical articles; they were all spiritual articles. So I used to write articles on it, and that's it. That was what I was doing. And then what I did using computers was I used to upload YouTube videos of my grandfather speaking. So those were the two technical spaces which I was using back then. After that, I thought, why not build our own app? Okay, Android app. I wanted to build my own Android app, but back then I didn't know there was something known as Android Studio. I'm also not sure that there was something known as Android Studio back then, but people were using a software known as Eclipse to build their Android applications. So I tried installing Eclipse. I didn't know what I had to do after installing Eclipse, because see, this is what I tell. Currently there are many active people who are ready to teach, who are ready to share their knowledge, etc. But back then there was no one who was ready to share their knowledge, or there was not that much facilities also. Okay, I'm not telling they were not ready to, but the facilities were very less. And if you didn't know, YouTube itself had a restriction that only 10-minute video can be uploaded. I think that is the time limit. There was time limit and all. See, and also you would know the internet speed back then. When I was using it, was like 2 kbps. Okay, so that was the reason I wasn't able to get much resources. So I was trying these kind of online builders, drag and drop builders and all. Um, so I wasn't able to build. Okay, I wasn't able to build Android apps. But then I entered into college. I There were these two friends of mine who went to Sir, and they asked for any kind of project which Sir could give them and they could work on. So what I did was, okay, fine. What Sir did was he told, like, take Tarun in your team. He's a bright student and he'll help you with the thing. Hi Naveen, thank you for joining. He will help you with the project. So what happened, even I joined them in the team. But what I'm thinking is, what I thought is, I think they were busy with their own personal stuff, so they weren't able to contribute much to the project. But the project had to be finished, so I put in my complete efforts into the project. So I didn't know much of any kind of web development frameworks back then. So what I saw was Node.js was very popular. I just went on to YouTube, I searched on Node.js tutorials, and I started learning Node.js directly, and I implemented it into the project directly. I did not learn PHP or any other frameworks. I directly started with Node.js, used it in the project, used something known as Passport, which is for authentication, used Passport, used Express.js, everything. I directly jumped into the deep ocean and started implementing things. And yeah, I would also recommend y'all doing that. That is all, that also works. Okay, getting directly into something and trying to implement it. And then I was able to implement the project, and I submitted the project, and it went really well. But after that I realized like I had to learn everything from scratch properly. So then I started learning again HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Node.js. For database I started learning MySQL, MongoDB, and Express.js framework, so on so on. I don't want to overwhelm you all with the technologies. So I started learning everything and implementing them into projects. Then came my data science interest. I started learning data science, artificial intelligence, and then got into an internship, data science. So I got into the internship, and I did well in that internship. And this is the reason why I told you all to join internships also, because you will learn a lot. Because when you join an internship or a company that uses artificial intelligence, it will have people who are amazing at artificial intelligence or machine learning. So they'll be able to guide you a lot. You will be at the edge of the field if you're interning at a good company. So I learned a lot with that internship. And then came in my another internship at a company called AlgoPixel, which is a drone based company. And I did the JavaScript, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React JS based internship. I also learned about Electron JS, which is again a framework that helps you to build desktop applications using JavaScript. So that was about that internship. And then I joined another internship, which was a company, which was a child company of Nestaway. So I learned a lot there also. I got great connections at Nestaway. So that was with that company. And then yeah, I slowly started sharing my knowledge. I slowly started putting up videos on YouTube. IG Live is very recent. Okay, this is my third live, so it is very recent. But other than that, I've been posting on YouTube, Udemy, etc. One thing which I started doing was Udemy. I didn't focus on monetizing the content, but I made sure that the premium content was available to everyone for free. So whenever anyone approached to me, I was ready to give them the free coupon to the Udemy courses. Because the reason I put my courses on Udemy is not to make money. The main reason I put the courses on Udemy is that if someone takes up a course on Udemy versus someone learning it for free, you will notice mostly that we are very much interested, or we are very much serious on that content which is more premium, which is paid, or which is on that kind of organized platform where you can ask question answers, where you can get certificates, so on. So that was the reason why I started putting courses on Udemy, giving out free coupons. If you see me, I have around 68,000, 69,000 students, and most of them, 99% of them, have joined it for free. And I'm really glad that I'm able to educate all of them for free. So I started doing that, and now here I am interning at PhonePe. Uh, so that is pretty much about me. So Harsha asked this question. I guess I've done enough justice in answering that question. I might also have missed few points, so that's fine. So Bhagyasri tells that I completed DCA. Problems are with C++. Suggest any solution. I'm not getting the exact problem which you're facing. What I would suggest is that if you're facing any problem, try to Google it. Most probably, there is already a person who has faced your similar problem, and they would have put their answers on websites like Stack Overflow or Quora and such websites. You will get the answer to it. If you have any specific doubt, just ask about it. I'm ready to answer. And Kumar Shanu has no Professor Uma has ma'am has asked, has told, I'm learning Atma Vidya, which is a 5 years Veda Shastra Manusmriti. So problem faced is I should sit more in front of computer. Yeah, that is a problem which I told everyone. Many people face. They're not able to take in a lot of screen time. So that it's okay to stay away from screen time. So yeah, which is not used to me for computer. Yeah, that's great. Kumar Shanu asks, what challenges do you face in programming? the challenges I face is mostly when I learn something new, okay, because uh, and also if there are no tutorials on it, because if you're learning something new and there are no tutorials on it, it is really hard to learn, trust me. There are such things online. Say for example, this week I was learning something known as salt stack. Okay, it is a configuration management language, and there are no proper video tutorials on it. I had to go to the documentation and learn it. That is really tough. So that part is really tough for me, where I'm learning something new, and there are no tutorials available on it, and I have to read the documentation. So that is a tough part, and the way I solve it is going to the documentation patiently. That is, patience is very important, and having the trust that yeah, I will be able to excel in that programming language even by learning the just by learning the documentation. So that was with that. Okay, Bhageshri tells okay, that's great. Okay, so it's 7:50 now. We will be wrapping up the live real soon, but before that I would like to tell you all a story. Okay, hi Sachet, thank you for joining. I would like to tell you all a story to wrap up this live. Okay, so we'll be taking up the story, but if you all have any doubt or questions, please feel free to drop down. And also, yeah, please remember to take up the learn with Tarun challenge. And next week when when you're joining this live, both for YouTubers and the Instagram people who are watching, make sure you have the answers for these three. Make sure that you are able to type in what you learned this week, and the solution to any problem that you faced that week, and also what you are going to learn the next week. Please be ready with this. And Charit has sent very good. Charit has told that completed DSA by Narasimha Karumanchi. Amazing. Uh, Problem was to implement these while solving problems. Yeah, even I've faced these a lot. And third thing is I will learn JavaScript and Node.js this week. Amazing, amazing, Charit. Looking forward next live. Yeah, amazing, Charit. Great. All the best. All the very best with that. Even I have planned on what I'm going to learn this week. Let's see if I'm also able to do. Great. Naveen says nothing, nothing. I will learn hacking, bro. Great, Naveen. Great, Naveen. Uh, great. Yeah, looking forward. How good you hack next week. Swati has joined the live. Hi, Swati. Thank you for joining. By the way, we started this live early today, 7 o'clock. For those of you all who didn't know about this, really sorry. I think from next week we will be going on with 7 o'clock itself, because many people have asked for it. So that is with that thing. Let's wrap up this live with the story which I'm going to tell you. I think it is going to. I hope it is. It is interesting for you all. Okay. So the story. Okay, let's start with the story. Hi, Nikhil. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's start with the story. So almost 15,000 plus years ago. Okay, a person came down in the upper region of Himalayas. So this person came down there and he sat down. So usually when people see something unusual or see someone doing something unusual, they gather around that person. So people started gathering around this person, but to their disappointment, this person did not do anything. He did not do anything magnificent. He did not do any stunts. He did not do anything magical. He did not talk to people. He did not do this kind of live interaction also. He just sat there doing nothing. So you all know that we are all impatient. We do not like to look at something which is nothing. So people started going away. People started showing zero interest. There were these seven people who was around this person who came down in the upper region of Himalayas. So years passed by, and this person opened his eyes. So these seven people begged this person to teach this skill which he had, because doing nothing is very difficult task. That too for years doing nothing. We saw that Naveen answered that he did nothing, nothing, and he will learn hacking. Doing nothing is also really difficult. I don't know in what sense Naveen told nothing, but the sense I mean nothing is that doing nothing, not eating, not excreting, not moving, nothing. Okay, not even showing that you are breathing. So this happened. So this is something amazing, right? Like we'll not be able to do it. So these seven people begged this person to teach them about this. So since they were asking so much intensely, and they were also patient, so he decided to teach them. So he gave them few tricks and tips and few practices to do, and he again sat down doing nothing. So years passed by, decades passed by, around 84 years passed by. And again, this person opened his eyes. And to his surprise, all these seven people were shining. They were all shining with, I don't know what kind of shine. They were all shining with, because of the practices they were performing for these 84 years with dedication. Okay. So, so this person who came down in this Himalayan regions, they didn't know his name. He didn't have any antecedents. They didn't know who he was. Nothing. So they just named him Adi Yogi. Okay, and these seven people today are known as Saptarishis. So you can Google about them. And so why did I tell this story? Okay, so the day when Adi Yogi gave his knowledge to these Saptarishis is tomorrow, is the Purnami which is falling tomorrow, is the full moon which is falling tomorrow, which is Guru Purnima. Okay, for those who all did not know, tomorrow is Guru Purnima. So that is what I wanted to convey through the story, the day, the speciality about tomorrow. So make sure that you all pray your gurus. If you have respect towards your teachers, have respect towards the online instructors, and if you all do not have a guru, then seek for a guru. That's it, I could tell. So that is the thing. There is a Adi Yogi in Coimbatore, right? Yes, that is the Adi Yogi I am talking about. Adi Yogi, yeah, the same Adi Yogi I'm talking about. That's a good answer, Sachit. Yeah, that is the Adi Yogi I'm talking about. Isha Center, Coimbatore. So that was about the story. I hope you found it interesting. I will talk about more in detail if you all are interested in the next few lives, upcoming lives, because there is a lot which goes into these things, and even I do not know much about them. So we could have a discussion. See, the reason why I am doing this kind of live is that I'm not some kind of big person who's gonna keep talking and you have to come on the live and listen to me. Let us form a friendship circle over this Instagram live. Join with me every Friday. Let us have conversations. Let us have discussions, whatever, exchange of knowledge. That's it. Professor Uma, your guru name. Our guru name is Sri Sivaprabhakara Siddha Yogi. He lived for around 700 years. He's no more, but he's still there. There is also a last body of him known as Kanakambatti Swami, who is the same guru of our Sadguru, Jagi Vasudev, Isha Sadguru. So that was that brilliant advice for being patient. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So that was about the story and the things. I hope it was interesting. I hope it was interesting. I cannot expect more from you all. Thank you so much for being patient and thing. That is it. That is all about this live. So yeah, next week we shall join and talk about more interesting things. Ramniva, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So thank you all for joining and staying with me. Chandrika tells hello on YouTube. Hi, thank you for joining. Hi. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Thank you for staying on with me. See you all in the next live. Hope it was helpful. I'll also be putting this as a IGTV few episodes on my podcast. So if that helps anyone, it's really amazing. Also reminding you all about this Learn with Tarun challenge. Next week when you all are joining, make sure you put answers on what did you learn that week, and what is the solution that for the problem which you faced, and what are you going to learn that week. Okay, that is fine. Thank you. I already connected in YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Namaskarams. Yeah, namaskarams to everyone. Thank you. Just now I found an Insta. Great, great, great. All right, RH Bhai Shitils, thanks. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Yeah, you all can start leaving now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Great talk. Thank you. Thank you, Chandrika. Thank you. So for those who are watching on YouTube, I'm going to end the live. Thank you so much for joining on YouTube. I am planning to make more lives on YouTube. I hope the audio was clear on YouTube. I'm not sure. I will be checking back this thing as to how the audio was and fix it if possible, because this is my first live on YouTube. Thank you all for joining. I see that only one person is alive on YouTube. That too, I think it is me. Anyways, thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. See you all in the next live. Bye bye.